Yo, guys, it's OneFire here, back again with another episode, and things just got crazy. I'll try to actually record this episode. So, I got off of work, I came home, like, okay, I'm a bit tired, but hey, I gotta get an episode out for you guys, because I only did, like, one episode last week, so you guys got to know how the game worked for, Dragon's Cave. But this week, I was like, okay, let's go ahead and look at the next game, because we got Dragon's Cave, and there's Dragon's Emperor, then there's Dragon Stables, Eaten by Ants, and then eCritters. eCritters is the one we'll be doing this week, unfortunately. Because I don't know what in the world is going on with all of this right here, but none of these want to work. So I'm just going to show you guys this right now. If you go to the Dragon Emperor, it says coming 2016. So follow them on their Facebook page if you guys want to figure that out. This one is coming off of my list, unfortunately. I thought it was already finished. I don't know why I thought it was finished, but hey, it's not finished. So this one will be added to the list of games that are still in the making. Next up is Dragon Stable. Now, Dragon Stable is being iffy with me. Let's go to Dragon Stable, like the homepage. Now, here I was like, okay, looks like decent. It's got some decent artwork going on and whatnot. And then, boom. Like, what? I can't even register for the game. So it says access denied for user JStable, dragons, localhost, whatnot. Probably shouldn't be showing this, but yeah, whatever. But I can't play the game. I don't know if I have to, like, figure out some other way to grab a pet at first or something. I don't know. It says we currently have, like, over 17k users. Over 17k users. So, I don't know why I'm currently blocked from this game or whatnot, but online friends. There's a sign out. Wait, why does it say sign out? It says not logged in, but it says sign out here, so I don't... Sign out, maybe? Let's try signing out. Register again? No. See, I don't know what's the matter with this game, but for some reason, I can't actually play this game. I'll look into it. Maybe I can pop in the forums or something. Put a request. Nope, can't even pop in the forums, because I'm not logged into the actual game. So, I will figure out what's actually going on, because there's... all of this right here. There are people playing this game, but for some very, very odd reason... I can't get in. So this might be next week's episode, or next week's game. But moving on from Dragon Stable onto Eaten by Ants. The Eaten by Ants is a virtual pet game. Unfortunately, I will not be covering this game because it's in Dutch. Yeah, you heard me correctly. This game is in Dutch. And I don't really want to screw up something. So, like, say I can't read a certain area and then you guys don't understand what's going on. If someone can understand Dutch and would like to, tell me how to, I don't know, speak language, maybe navigate through the site, hit me up on my YouTube page, just send me a message or something, and maybe we can work something out so that we can both go through this game and figure out what the heck's going on, because, I mean, we still got this left in Dutch, even though I clicked the translate link. So, Eaten by Ants, we got all this stuff sitting here, but, the main purpose of this game, breed your own virtual ant colony. Feed them regularly and they will thrive to afford due to get upgrades for your colony and to conduct research new ant species and become the first who can breed the legendary Mars ant. The following features are available: feed your ant colony and observe their growth to more than 100, research to arrive at new items and improve your ant seed. Look at this now, and it's not in proper English. So if I start reading this out to you guys, like, some of the stuff is not going to make sense. So I will not be covering this one until I can find someone that can actually help me, like, translate it and figure out what's going on with the actual site so we can show you guys how to navigate through it and whatnot. So, sorry about Eaten by Ants. I mean, if you guys want me to try and cover it, I can try and cover it. I know it'd be kind of funny for me to try and read in improper English, because Google Translation is just, it doesn't really work. But, moving on to our next game, eCritters. Hello, wall of text. So I believe this will actually be the episode for today, and you guys will probably just be like, why is he reading a wall of text? Well, this is literally the first page we came to, so maybe we might get a chance to look at a pet or something, but let's hope we can read this in 15 minutes or less. Ready? Here we go. In ancient times, before eCritters came to be, Crittania was a changeless, barren world. Nothing grew or swam in the world's vast ocean. unbroken by the land except a single jagged spire, one nameless island. The old gods, true and pure, existed without bodies atop the island's peak, experimenting with the powers of creation. Wind and weather came first, bringing change to a world that had known only warm, sunny days. Waves crashed against the island, and the gods listened. There was no joy, no pleasure in the act of creation, for they were perfect beings then, without feelings or failings. So, basic creation of a spot. Moving on, I guess. Mysterious voice. Eons passed by the first life was born, when the gods brought forth new islands in the image of their home, and they decorated the shallows of each with different aquatic plants in a wealth of colors, shades, and shapes. Next, the grand land, the Borea, divided the great ocean in two, and the gods traveled across the continent, making hills and valleys, lakes and rivers. Here they took advantage of climate, a product of land and weather, and covered the continent with diverse plants, from the green canopies of the rainy places to the hardy weeds that clung to the life in the deserts. When they had finished, the gods returned to their peak, and they saw the whole of their creation and found it lacking. In that moment was born the first feeling, and the gods realized they were forever alone. Yeah, they're always alone for the... Okay, I guess that probably shouldn't have came out right. Moving on. They say that the first eCritter was a Zeka, or Zeka, or probably Zeka, more than likely, that is looked up in gratitude at the gods with its bleary newborn eyes, and they knew pride for the first time. Then all across Critania, I believe, new things crawled, walked, swam, and flew. The gods took bodies and lived among their creations, sharing wisdom with all sentient beings, and they expressed love and joy. All species coexist peacefully, as the gods had given their own place, their own plants to eat. The gods told stories of the birth of the world, and the eCritters repeated them. So still basic stories of creation. They created the characters, and now the creators breed, I guess we can say, and just created more of themselves and started shutting the stories down. So now we get to see the story of the eCritters. But I still want to create my pets, so let's keep moving on as quickly as we can. The whole world was open to eCritters, except that one nameless island. The very sight of it was forbidden to all life. Whispers spread from one species to another, rumors about the island of the gods. Why should it be secret? Why do the gods have to hide? Creatures of the land spoke to those of the sea, begging them to swim close to the island to catch a glimpse of the forbidden spire and return with knowledge of it. They refused, retreated deep into the water, and for 1,000 years they did not speak to their earthly brethren. When asked, the creatures of the air chattered and chided, and they too honored the boundaries that had been set out by the gods. Then one of the four-legged ones, a creature with a long grasping tail, proposed a grand solution. They would build a tower to the gods, so tall that when they stood on top they would be able to see the whole world. then they would sneak a peek at the island. Okay, so I mean, we're getting a bit curious here. We all know how curiosity killed the cat. I hope these little creatures are gonna be alright, but I guess moving on, right? Hopefully. The gods watched with pride as all of the land species worked together to build the grand tower. But as the years passed and the tower grew even taller, even greater, pride gave way to a new feeling: jealousy. Why should these eCritters build something so magnificent? It was for the gods to create, and the eCritters to admire. The gods had left their bodies and returned to their island, where they brooded and eyed the tower. The eCritters built in earnest. Then, terrified, they had been abandoned forever by their gods. When it was finished, they reasoned. Guessing there's reason. Pretty sure that's reasoned. The gods would see that they were loved. When the island was in sight, they would stand on top of the tower and plead with them to return. But when the day came, the earth rumbled and shook, and the tower collapsed under its own weight. Many laborers died under the ruins of the tower. Worse still, the island that had been Britannia, first land, was gone. Although the eCritters had never seen the island, they were as conscious of its absence, and they felt as if they had each lost a limb. Okay, that's kind of interesting. So the island was sank underneath, and they have this feeling like it should be there, that it was a part of us, but they can't really know about it because it's gone now. It's kind of cool. Let's move on a little bit. We might get a bit more information. Aching with the loss and anger, the eCritters turned against the species that had suggested building the tower, chasing it away from its lands. It is said that as those hunted beings fled in fear, the fur of their tails poofed up 3 times its usual size and stayed that way, and they were renamed the Kirian, moving on. In their desperation, they were the first to taste the flesh of another species, the first in a line of omnivores and carnivores that would change the balance of Britannia life. No longer did all species live in peace. Some turned gleefully to killing, and others became reclusive. Suspicion and mistrust spread as a ripple from land to sea to air. The eCritters now knew good and evil, and so things settled into a new order, where change came through the will and conflict of the eCritters, and the gods no longer interacted with the world they had made. The eCritters believed they were masters of their own destiny, so things continued unchanged until the humans came. Until the Fire Nation attacked, right? I mean, come on. Probably copyrighted as hell because I just said that. But anyways, you're right, Fire Nation. Okay, no, I'm pretty sure you guys all get basically. So the critters all made up their own mind, like, hey, we are now controllers of this island. And what the hell is that on the horizon? Is that a ship? Why is it carrying humans? But okay, let's continue on with this. The humans fell from the sky and claimed the lands they had found as their own. They spoke of a world where the air was poisoned and the crops shriveled from contact with the soiled water, where magic was unknown and strange tools commonplace. I don't get that little sentence, so hopefully you guys here at eCritter have actually reading this or watching this, cause where magic was unknown and strange tools commonplace. I'm guessing strange tools were in their place is what they mean to say, but moving on. The humans fought with these words against themselves, twisting their knowledge and their history to their purposes. Some claimed that the eCritters were beneath them, that they should be taken into slavery. Might want to fix that as well, not should be taken, but okay. And used to build a new human civilization. Others viewed the eCritters with pity, as children who needed parents to guide them. Some said the eCritters need not be involved in human matters at all, that they should be left to their own devices. Those who re-examined human history shrieked about the injustice of it all, that the eCritters should be free to make their own decisions. The humans were repeating the same mistakes made in their own world. So I'm pretty sure everyone knows about the histories of human beings, humankind. If you haven't taken a history class, I'd be surprised. If you don't know some history based on news and how everyone's reminded of how history began, literally what you probably want to do is look up Earth's history. Just Google Earth's history and you probably don't want to do that. Yeah, my mistake on that part again. But yeah, history is... What people claim to say is that if humans ever went to a different planet, history would repeat itself. I do see the common sense in that, but there's here on this planet, there's 3 different ways this is going. Someone wants to repeat history, someone wants to change history in a slightly different fashion, and then others are just like, hey, let's all together wipe out our own history and start anew. But let's move on with the rest of the story so we can go and see if we can get our first pet this time. And the eCritters knew that their future depended on the whims and mercies of these frail, gifted outsiders. This choice is your own, human. How will you treat us? We who have always been here. I'm sorry if that sounded creepy, guys, but yeah, I had to do it. Actually, I don't think that was me. That sort of came out of nowhere. But anyways, let's move on. So this is the first page. It's just a giant story of how Crittania came to be, and how the eCritters came to be. So, cool little story. Let's hope we can find our first pet. Okay, home menu. Very first section here. I want to try to get our first pet. This is the home menu. Items maybe? No items in there. Pets. You don't have any. There's pound. Let's see the pound. You don't have a hammer. Pets again. Create. Okay, we can create one. Oh my, we have a few here. Let's see if we can create it first here. We got the Proach, Haya, Durlan. I will explain these guys in the next episode. I just want to see if I can create something really cool real quick so we can get our very first pet in the first episode. You guys already know how I like to be. I think we might go with the Cheyenne right there. This Cheyenne looks really cool. Let's see, we have the Tauren as well. The, what was that, Irax? Irax, maybe? Drackle, Taywig, Incrust. Ooh, you look kind of cool too. The Tara. Those are the Chiron. Ooh, I want one of these guys. He's the ones that were like killing off the other ones. We're gonna make them red. You guys know how I like a red name. 3, 2, 1. Random letter. Let's see. We have H. You know, I put in a random thing. We've done Hope on somebody else before. How about Hyrax? Actually, I did like that J there. How about we go with Hijax? Hijax will be this little guy's name. Submit. And we have our very first one here. Hopefully, he does not have to be fed by tomorrow, but this is our very first guy, Hijax. He is a Chiron or Kyrian, maybe. I don't know. I'll see what happens in the forum section. Because he does have a hunger bar, he has a happiness bar, he has health and intelligence, so it's maybe another one where we have to keep up with our pets. You guys know me in the keep up games. I can't do it. I'm so sorry. I'm trying so hard. Yeah, I only got fly rising, so I guess I can't really complain. But anyways, I'm pretty sure you guys are already looking up at top, like, what is that Arcs game up there? This, if you guys come on my live stream, I live stream MMOs, like massive multiplayer online games, so mostly anime stuff that looks really, really cool. So I'm looking into some more games, so maybe you guys will want to check that out. Of course, my Twitch link will be in the description down below, so you guys can check that out. Also, if you guys liked the video, leave a like. If you want to suggest some more stuff, or maybe you've played this game, so you can suggest some stuff for me to look at, comment in the comment section down below. If you guys want to see some more awesome episodes from me, the, I don't know, guy that travels around the virtual world looking at random pet sites? Yeah, basically. Hit the subscribe button. But remember, guys, my name is OneFire, and I will definitely be talking to you guys later.